mga boss, makakasama natin ngayong araw na to at isa sa mga inspirational na architects ngayong araw. At hindi lang yan, sa pamamagitan ng success story natin ng mga kababayan natin, ay nagkakaroon tayo ng mas inspiration para mas mag-strive harder para sa buhay natin. At makakasama natin si Architect Felino Palafox Jr. Hello po, good morning po.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Day, and good morning, Mr. Jules.
Alright. Alam mo, si Sir Palafox, ilang beses na natin siya nakakasama dito sa PTV. At syempre, lagi natin pinag-uusapan, di ba sir, kung ano po yung magiging plans natin with regard to the architecture sa iba't ibang bansa and of course dito sa Philippines. Pero for this morning, especially this is the first anniversary po ng Good Morning po, susupot namin sana i-feature yung buhay nyo. Kumbaga parang talang buhay niyo, sir. Kasi syempre, very well-known na po kayo sa buong mundo. So para po sa lahat ng mga boss natin ngayon, gusto naman po namin sana makarinig yung secret nyo sa success niyo. So let's start with that, sir. Before we go back to your early life, ano po ba yung sir, pinaka-secret nyo kung paano nyo po na-achieve lahat ng mga achievements niyo?
Yeah. Good morning, boss. I think, number one, it's... I'm not exactly a saint, but I'm a very prayerful person. Maybe because of my spending some of my younger years in the seminary. That's one. And then number two, it's we have 10 core values that I've introduced to Palafox Associates, our colleagues. Honesty, integrity, professionalism, elevating the Filipino professional in its global standing, and the environment. It is still, the chief architect is still the Lord up there.
Yes.
The chief architect, the chief engineer. And we're just tools to glorify Him, and by helping others, planning progress and developing opportunities for others, not just for ourselves.
So Architect, before you became a pinakakilalang architect dito sa Pilipinas po, ito po ba ay first choice nyo sa yung kurso po ninyo?
Architecture?
Yes.
Well, I grew up in my childhood in a family. My late father was a doctor of medicine, and my mother was my art teacher. And our house was just across the church. So every day we were hearing mass, serving mass. And on weekends, we go to the beach. So I think this had impact on my life. So first I wanted to be a priest. That's why I spent 4 years of my life in Presbyterian Seminary, SVD Seminary. And there, really, our mentors is mostly German and American. So the discipline and time management and prayerfulness and Latin. And then 4 years in the seminary, I realized that I may not have had the vocation, but maybe my parents had the vocation for me. And my second choice was, again, medicine, engineering, or architecture. Then my parents guided me to architecture because when we were young, I come from a family of 10. Maybe comparing us, I was probably the most artistic because like when we go to the beach, other children would make sandcastles.
Yes, yes.
I would do new towns and cities, including mountains, rivers, bridges,
Using the sun.
and buildings, the sand. That's why in fast forward, when I was name hired, I did not apply for the job to be one of the 20 urban planners and architects for Dubai.
Wow.
So the instruction of the ruler of Dubai, I was 26 years old when I was invited. I was 27, I reported to work. Transform Dubai from a desert into a garden city. Bring Dubai from the fourth world into the first world in 15 years. They were all to do that.
That's
Be able
really
to do-
possible, sir.
It's possible. And Dubai became a first world city in less than 15 years. Because they have the ingredients of success. One is a strong visionary political will, good planning, and good governance. You cannot go direct to good governance. First, you must have a political will with vision, good planning, then good governance. And everything we apply, and discipline is there also. Like in the seminary, we wake up at 5:20 in the morning. This morning, I woke up 5:20 without an alarm clock, although I went to bed at 1 a.m. So it's really discipline. And if you're in a state of grace, try to sanctify your work. You can get blessings. Yeah.
Alright. Sir, nabanggit nyo nga na dumating sa point na talagang na-hire na kayo
Oo nga.
syempre, ayusin yung Dubai. Tapos ngayon, di ba, talagang isa na sa talagang pinupuntahan ng mga lugar sa Middle
Tama,
East.
oo.
Kasi, di ba, before pag malaman Middle East, mga desert
Oo, mga
talaga.
desert
Tapos
talaga.
ngayon, puro buildings. Na dito sa harapan natin, syempre, nandito ilan sa
Makikita na
mga
natin.
libro, di ba, kung saan naka-feature, syempre, yung mga ginawa ng Palafox Associates. So, sir, dito po sa cover page pa lang, iba't ibang mga makabagong mga buildings yung nandito, sir. So, syempre, ito na po yung narating po ninyo after yung mga challenges.
Mga challenges.
Challenges na pinagdaanan nyo before.
Yeah.
So, sir, paano nyo po ba naisip to before? Nung ginagawa nyo po ba yung mga imbes na sandcastle sa beach, na yung mga buildings, sa isip nyo na po ba na ganito po yung magiging output in the near future?
Yeah, maraming considerations. Of course, marami rin consultants, and we 100 architects, urban planners, interior designers, and even landscape consultants and engineers in our office. So interdisciplinary. So we look at the lay of the land, and then we study the history, the culture, how to relate even a building to its neighborhood, the neighborhood into the city, and so on. Like Rockwell.
Yes.
It's not wall, it's part of the city.
Yes.
So, and I've been very lucky also to have had good mentors. Like, I think most of the tycoons and taipans have been our clients or employers, and including sheikhs and royalties and prime ministers and so on. Like in Dubai, I was one of 20 name hired. We did not apply for that job. I was the youngest, the only Filipino Southeast Asian. And the ruling family of Dubai, they went around the world and selected us. I did not even know where Dubai was. I was team leader, senior planner for the World Bank funded Metro Plan Manila. And many of the things I learned, UST architecture, UP, environmental planning, urban regional planning, and Metro Plan, where I was team leader, and there were foreign expats with us, experts working with us. The Dubai government, they saw the Metro Plan Manila, which was way, way ahead of its time in planning. So lessons learned, I brought with me to Dubai and 38 countries that I've done work the past 40 years as urban planner, the past 42 years as architect. And when we look at poverty, we're not a single solution architect or planner. We do at least 3 alternative master plans and maybe a dozen alternative architecture. And we compared advantage, disadvantage, and we evaluate it against not just the economics, people first or social equity, then planet Earth or the environment. Then we can talk about profit and economic goals. If one of those 3 are missing, we don't take the project. Like our conversations earlier, how environment conscious we are. I think a couple of years ago, 4 years ago or 5 years ago, we returned a $1 million in architect's fee.
$1 million.
Dollars. Architects and engineering fee, because we were required to destroy 70-year-old trees of Subic.
Okay.
And our conscience could not take it. So we politely returned the $1 million architect's fee. And I told my staffers, our colleagues, that $1 million is a big fee, and that was before Christmas. And we have 2 options: keep the $1 million and do the 6-star hotel with casino and destroy the 366 70-year-old trees, or return the money. And I said to them, the professions of architecture, engineering, urban planning, environmental planning are noble professions. So if we keep that $1 million and we don't believe in the project, we're no better than a prostitute. Because the prostitute, they love the money, but they don't love the job. And it created so much impact, like CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, they all came to meet the architect.
Recently lang po ba?
Mga 4 years ago sa SBMA. It was a celebrated case. In fact, I got a 50 million peso in libel case. And because I also exposed the anomalies. And that's what this finally. And that's because for me, a 50-year-old tree, the replacement value is 9 million pesos. For the oxygen it gave the past 50 years, the beauty it gave the environment, the water it held, and the fertilizer it gave planet Earth. And so the 9 million replacement value times 366 trees at 70 years old, that's more than that $1 million that we gave back.
Yes.
Wow.
45 million pesos.
Architect, through that po, sa lahat po ng success, di ba, ang dami na build talaga na structures ni architect, ano po ba yung mga pinaka-challenging na part throughout ng career ninyo?
Challenging part is, in our country, corruption. in our country.
Sir, pwede ba natin i-share
Oo,
sa audience
i-share.
natin kung ano yung pinanggagalingan
Yeah.
ng corruption?
For the Latin that I learned in the seminary, corruption comes from two Latin words: cor, the heart; rapture, to break the heart, or breaking down together as a nation. That's why we are a broken-hearted society because of corruption. Without corruption, we should be in the top 20 economies of the world.
Yes.
Hindi tayo kulelat. And we've been there. From the 1970s, we were number 2 in Asia after Japan.
Yeah.
So we have to address corruption, criminality, and climate change. And what is an architect doing advocating that? My professors in Harvard used to tell us that you should not just be concerned with commercial architecture. They call it architectural activism. They call it architecture for humanity, democratic architecture, and inclusive architecture. Because even if you are the best architect in the world, if you work in an environment that's corrupt, that doesn't destroy the environment, there's so much criminality, you'll never achieve your full development potential, either as an architect or as a nation. And we are risking our lives because in the seminary also, if you see something wrong and you don't report it, that's a sin of omission.
Yes.
You are practically, like if you see corruption, you don't report it, you're part of the corruption.
Alright, sir.
Okay.
Okay, and so Leno, sobrang puno ng values
Oo,
talaga.
values talaga.
Kumbaga kung isa-summarize natin buhay sa profession mismo, talagang siksik siya sa values talaga. And it's really very interesting, no, na especially yung case nga doon sa $1 million na kailangan mo siyang iwasan para lang syempre ma-maintain yung social justice dun
Saka
sa mga
instead na ibulsa mo na lang yun, no? Kasi syempre alam naman natin na mahirap na talagang yung kumita ng pera sa panahon ngayon.
Alright.
Pero talagang binalik nila yung pera na yun.
Ayan, sir, kapos na po tayo sa oras, sa kasamaang palad. Kahit sobrang dami pa natin pwedeng matanong, no?
Oo
So
nga
if ever,
eh.
sir, just to end this interview, a short message to our viewers.
Yeah, maybe especially for students, aside from the core values na na-discuss natin, honesty, integrity, professionalism, godliness, and taking care of the environment, continuing education. So UST, UP, and Harvard. I was a guest lecturer of Harvard before I became a student 7 times. I have 1 diploma in Harvard and 6 continuing education. Until last year, I was 63 years old. I went back to Harvard again. So every year I go back and maybe try to travel. So one of my goals that I was able to, thank God I was able to achieve it. I am 63 years old. I've been to 63 countries.
Wow!
Our company, Palafox Associates, is 25 years old in July 1st this year. And we've done work in 38 countries.
Lumagpas pa.
So you can achieve your goals without sacrificing your core values. And the core values are like lighthouses.
Yes.
Even in a stormy weather, they'll always be there to guide you.
Okay, Architect. Sana, Jules, makapunta rin tayo dun sa mga 63 countries na napuntahan ni Architect Palafox.
Alright, sir. So thank you so much again, mga boss, na kasama natin ng world-renowned na syempre na architect. Walang iba kundi si Architect Felino Palafox Jr. Thank you so much, sir.
Maraming
Thank you.
salamat.